money get me hard, that's every time I count that. On a mission, we ain't getting sidetracked. Run a rhythm, she won't listen to my soundtrack, you know. Windows down, puffing on that loud pack, you know, for sure.
So recently, my subconscious mind just gave me this, you know, from my previous experience and everything, just downloaded this idea of, you know, long-term thinking and short-term thinking, and how I've applied it to my own life and everything in between, right? You have chosen the hardest path, right? You didn't choose the easy path. You've already chosen the hardest path. With that, you must understand the consequences of it. You must understand the requirements. If you've chosen the hardest path, you need to fully understand it. So much people are delusioned by this Instagram, social media that we have, where you can see everyone have everything such easily. You have it by your fucking finger right here, right? So people get so impatient when it comes to it, when it comes to success. A great example of this that I've seen myself through my own eyes, for other people, like in real time. People run a product, they're unprofitable 1 to 3 months maybe, and then they scale that shit to 8 figures. Now, if they were to be impatient, if they were to look at the short term, whatever, they would have stopped, right? But now they made 8 figures. So you kind of have to look at that for yourself. And I've written down some bullet points. I tried right out. I had this, bro, my subconscious mind just downloaded everything so quickly and so good. I wrote that shit down, but then I forgot. Tried to write it again, but yeah, I'm just gonna flow through this because I'm so great. And you know, I'm a fucking master at this shit. So we're just gonna go through it. But basically, just to give an overview, we're gonna talk about long-term and short-term thinking. And not even just thinking, but just like behaviors, how you act on things, how you plan, etc. Right? Now, a big misconception, just to get this misconception out the way, long-term thinking does not mean that you should remove urgency and pressure from your life, alright? It should not remove that. Urgency and pressure needs to be there, it should always be there. Otherwise, you're fucked, you know? You need to move fast, because why? Life is moving fast. Now, in this digital age, we are able to move more fast than we were to if we were 5 or 3 years ago, right? You needed to literally start a fucking brick and mortar company if you wanted to be successful. And that's fucking hard. And it takes time. And you have to build shit. And you have to hire directly, etc., right? But now we have the digital age. So never lose your speed, your urgency, and your pressure, right? Now, why long-term thinking is just so great, just to get that out of the way, is because it creates clarity, right? It creates so much clarity. Let's say you want to become successful and you're looking at, oh, I want to be successful in 3 months. The fuck? Yo, my bro, if you have not been in the game in any sort of way, personal development, and you think you're going to succeed in 3 months, yeah, good luck with that. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's definitely possible. I'm just saying if you shift your way of thinking, it will benefit you in multiple ways, and we're going to go through it. Now, a key component to remember with this that, you know, it creates clarity is a ship without destination and a view to see it and a route to follow will end up washed up at the shore. So what did I say? A ship without destination and a view to see the destination, whether that be on a fucking map or whatever, and not a route, it will end up at the shore, right? It's simple. You need a clear way to go. You need clear steps on where you should position yourself, how you should handle each wave, where you should avoid storms and shit, right? The hard truth you all need to understand is success will never come when we think it will. It will never. Alex Hormozi talked about this. He said, like, you need to expand your horizon by 5 years. I'm like, 5 years? The fuck? Nigga, who you talking to? Me? 5 years? Hell nah. But it's true. I'm not saying it's gonna take 5 years, but he's so true in the way of thinking in that way, right? Because success never comes when you're ready. Success never comes when you want to, it comes when you're ready, and you never know when you're ready until you place yourself in that. Let's just get this out the way. Being ready is not something you can be. It's a decision that you make, right? Everyone that says, I want to be ready to start business. Oh, wait, maybe when I'm ready. Maybe when I'm ready, I'm going to go into a relationship. Maybe when I'm ready, I'm going to do this, do that, do that. Readiness is a fucking decision, all right? So when you make the decision that you're ready to achieve and obtain success and maintain it, well, you know, it will slowly start coming your way. But what do you have to do to get ready? it's not just a decision to make, no. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your business, setting up clear structures, having a fucking good foundation, make sure that you're able to build on something that's not gonna fall off, right? I always say this, never build a fucking base on a broken glass, right? If you tape something on the wall and you bring it back one more time, well, now it won't fit as well, right? Build that fucking strong glue tape, silver tape, come on now. And there's also an old story here, which really emphasizes on this. I read this from a book, I believe. But basically it goes like, it's a war, right? And one of the teams they're both fighting in a desert, right? So there's no water or anything. Now, one team is being chased, and then, they set up the base, ready to go to bed, whatever. And the leader prays for rain, right? And as soon as the leader has done that, he commands, I think it was a she even, but she commands the team to dig holes in the fucking desert, right? And then at the night, it rains. So they had that unwavering conviction in that would do it. And it's not just conviction, they didn't guess, they did it anyways, right? And then they drank that water, whatever, moved along, and then the enemy team came, and they thought the enemy was dead. Because it looked like blood, right? When the sun hits, it looked like blood. So they thought it was dead, but they weren't. And then they won the battle because they ambushed them. To get back to the point, success will never come when you think it will come when you're ready. So make yourself fucking ready every single day. Let's say you're preparing for a game, you should be preparing every single day to play that game. This is a big thing I don't really understand when it comes to sports, but big people like Kobe Bryant and these like big players, they did this, right? They said, literally, I'm ready to play the game now. I'm not gonna have 1 week where I need to prepare. I prepare every single day like my enemy is gonna come tomorrow or in 1 hour. And there's also a boxing coach, he said this, Andrew Tate, I believe, but I train so I can beat my enemy even on the worst days. Even on the worst day, you're able to obtain it. Even on the worst day, you're ready. Even on the worst day, you're putting in 15 hours of work. You're doing every single thing that you need to do. You're staying focused on yourself. You're working on your health and everything in your business. Now, let's just talk about the main shift of how short-term thinking and long-term thinking actually helps, right? When you look at short-term thinking, it's very much, okay, what can I do to get this result? Very outcome based, right? Very, very outcome based. It's like, how can I get the six pack the fastest way? If you were able to get success fast, easy, it would not be valuable. It would not be valuable. It's the same as having a great body. It's not valuable if it's easy. So when you shift to long-term thinking, you start focusing on, okay, what can I put in to get this output in this period of time? Long-term thinking, I'm not saying 4 years. I'm saying maybe months, right? I don't like placing too long-term goals. Why? Because life moves fucking fast and I'm fast. I'm ready. I'm ready every single day to fucking Aikido this shit. I don't care, right? Long-term goals, right? You might set a 5-year goal. I want to be a great dad. That's a 5-year goal. You work, so in 2 years, you're ready for that shit. That's how we do it here. Now, long-term thinking forces you to actually look at, all right, I want this goal. I want this business that does this. I want this offer that's bringing me this amount of money. I want this real estate fund, etc., right? Now you need to look at, all right, what skills do I need to develop and compound over time to even get there? And when you think in this long-term thinking, I've been doing it for so long, when I was younger even. Now, obviously it's harder when you're in business and stuff, but you're always trying to keep that in yourself. But what I did when I was younger was, as soon as I saw myself do a bad behavior, something that would not lead me to where I wanted to go, where I saw myself, because I always see myself from the next version. I don't see myself from the current, I see myself from the next version. Why do I do that? Because that's the person that I'm ready to be. I'm ready, I'm him every single fucking day. Now, what I did was, let's say I did a bad behavior, right? Or let's say I was about to do a bad behavior, I saw other people do it. I would always thinking, will this benefit me in 2 months? Will this bring me closer to my goals? If it was a no, I just cut it off right there and then. And it forces you to implement these necessary behaviors early on. It does not wait. It does not make you feel like, oh, I can chill a little bit. No, it doesn't. It just forces you right then and there to make the decision now, right? If you want to be ready for success, you need to be ready now. Not in 1 hour or 2 or 3 or 3 months. In now, right? Trust me. Success will come when you're ready. I'm telling you. It's a hard fucking truth to understand, but that's also why your success is literally intertwined with your personal success in your personal life. Now, how is that, right? Everyone starts off in personal development, obviously. I think every single major success journey starts off with some form of personal improvement, physical, obviously, mostly. But why is that, right? Well, it's because you're upgrading your base. You're upgrading yourself. You see that you have more potential. And when you upgrade yourself, you also upgrade your standards. You upgrade what you're capable of achieving. As we talked about the ship, you can see more because you're at a higher level. So you can see more clearly. Personal development should never come to a stop. Because as soon as it does, right, you lose what you had in the original beginning from your start. And your start is so important, isn't it? Let's say it's personal development improved you, it made you upgrade, it made you be able to see more clearly, you got a higher level of awareness, etc. Now, why does it come when you're in a business and running that you're just gonna stop out with what got you to even think about this in the first place? It does not make sense, right? So you have to every single day, every single week, every single month, you need to have some form or way of understanding where you should improve. Take these times, do something for yourself. I recently did this literally. I was in the sauna, just sat on my phone for like 20 minutes, and just like, I got so much clarity. I know exactly what I need to do, I know exactly who I need to be, I know exactly what objectives I need to hit, in a what period of time frame, I know exactly how I'm gonna be ready every single fucking day, I know exactly what daily behaviors, weekly, and how I'm gonna track it, right? How did I get that? Just by being aware of myself, just by letting everything around me, you know, when you're chasing this fucking incredible goal of yours, which is a great fucking thing, which every man like men are the most happy when you're chasing financial freedom, mental strength, physical strength, and your best version of yourself, right? On a mission for greatness. And I just sat there and just wrote down all these things for like 20 good fucking minutes. Went in the sauna again, went back out, there's a little cooler section. I just sat on my phone again, and bro, the clarity I got from that. The clarity, bro. I'm telling you. Everyone do that shit. Now I went a little bit on a tantrum here, but success comes from being the person of success. Just to give this in a fucking silver platter of how clear it is. Let's say right now, whatever level you're at, 10x that and say you're gonna step in his shoes for 1 week. Let's say you're doing 7 figures now. You're gonna step into a guy doing 9 figures a year and be in that shoe for 1 week. Would you be able to manage that? Would you be able to manage it? I don't really think so. If we're all gonna be honest with ourselves, I don't think so, right? And this is where the journey comes in, where the journey is the most important part, where you need to understand that like, everyone talks about enjoy the journey, etc., etc. Right. It's hard to enjoy the journey when you're fucking suffering. I get it. I also have a hard time doing that at times, right? But when you look at it from that point of view, it's like the journey is what makes me be able to be in this position in the first place. The journey is what makes me be able to create myself and create my business and create my skills and combine that into the person and then be able to get this fucking massive goal, right? It comes from becoming the person. So if your main focus is just making sure that you're gonna be the best version of yourself every single day, focus on what it is that you need to focus on. We all have our flaws, right? And we all have our strengths. Now, should we stop removing or focusing on our strengths? I wouldn't say so. I would say we do 80-20, right? 20% of the team in a sales team makes 80% of the result. 80% make 20% of the result. So if you focus on the right inputs, which we know are going to compound over time, let's say that skill may be marketing, it may be understanding how to think clearly, speak, etc. And then you get those done and you compound those over time. Now you'll see, all right, well, this just 3x my business. Why did it do that? Because I 3x myself, my input's 3x, the output then obviously has to. There's no light without dark, you know? There's no light without dark. Without failure, there's no lessons. Without losses, there's no wins. Without sacrifice, there's no reward. So you need to choose your path, man, and be ready, as we talked about. Make sure that you're not just sitting around and just going about what you think is right. I think everyone seek guidance. Like, I'm not selling you anything, right? I just got this mad idea and I thought I need to fucking post this, you know? So that's what I'm doing right now, because I'm ready. I'm ready. When these ideas come, I'm ready to act on them. People that don't act, where do they land? Well, they land in their I wish. What if? I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be a guy that's fucking laying on my deathbed and thinking, what if I did that? What if I didn't start the business? Like, what the fuck is that? That's not me, you know? I'd rather take the fucking loss. Why? Because then I also know I tried. What's the worst thing that can happen when you fucking try? What's the worst thing that can happen when you try something new? It fails. Well, if there's no wins, there's no fucking failures. So like, what are you expecting? You either get one or the other. But if you get one of them, you also got the other one, right? If you won, you learned what didn't work. If you failed, you also learn what didn't work. And you learn different things on different parts of the level. It's a levels game. Now, I also understand this very clearly. Like, this is going to be hard. I think this was also a hard thing for me to accept as well. And, you know, you really have to remind yourself day in, day out. Because, you know, I've been there grinding every single fucking day for a long period of time, not seeing any fucking results, thinking I'm doing all this fucking progress, which you also are, right? You're learning. You're developing your skills. You're doing it in and out. You're chasing the fucking progress and everything. It's like a chart. It's what here's 100% and you're moving it slowly, but you're not seeing the success. It's in this gap right here, which most people just fucking fall off, right? The uncertainty part. The part where you're not certain if it's going to happen. The part where you're questioning, doubt comes in, etc. The only 1% that comes through is the one that's going to reap the rewards. I recently just saw a guy. He's been posting, literally recording every single day on his YouTube channel. He said he was 450 days into ecom. And then he decided to quit. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. If you just stay on it, it's very fucking base advice, but if you just stay on it every single fucking day, it's inevitable. It's fucking inevitable. Because throughout this progress bar, if you can imagine that, you'll have setbacks. You'll have things that drag you down, maybe things that boost you, maybe things that don't, maybe things that stall you. Well, these are all tests. You have to look at them as tests. Also, is a big thing as well. As soon as something bad happens in your life, as soon as something fucking terrible, something that pauses your progress, something that makes you fucking wait, etc. This is all a test from God to see if you are the person that's gonna go through that. I always think in terms of God gives gifts wrapped in problems, suffering, pain, but within it, it's the fucking beautiful thing that we're fucking asking for. It's simple. No pain without gain. No suffering without joy. No success without losses. Now, this is a thing which I do recently. And recalibrating. It's so fucking important. Recalibrate. Because as you move along this progress bar, let's say you're at 50%. Well, now you know 50% more than you did in the beginning. So if you have not recalibrated, look back on this 50% of your journey, look back on all the wins, losses that you did, everything you learned, and then from there on, you can take a new position where now I'm at 50% and now I know exactly what didn't work and what brought me to increase myself by 50%. Now I look in the vision, I look from the higher level point of view with the bigger awareness, from a higher place of awareness with an upgraded version of myself. Now I can look and see, oh, I see the 100% right there. I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly who I need to be. And that's how you do it, right? Like, you either evolve with the next wave and surf on it. You either evolve with the next wave to surf, or you get drowned by it. Because sometimes you really have to redirect your fucking direction. Sometimes you start off in this direction, and then you fucking hit a fucking wall, and you look back and you see, shit, whoa, right there. Let's go right there. I see exactly where I need to be right there. But you won't do that if you don't take time, look back on your shit, look back on the journey, look back on your lessons and fucking mistakes and every single thing, and then you look forward again, right? And the big thing that many people Like, if you haven't achieved success already, or if you want to achieve more success, like, if you haven't achieved success already, you already know, you don't know, but, like, success comes with fucking comfort, right? It comes with comfort. And what is comfort? It's literally what kills your fucking dreams. It's literally what kills your dreams. Whatever stage you're at, it probably comes comfort at some point of view again, and it will test you, right? Tests you as soon as you success in the first time, second time. When you're really striving for it, when you're really, fuck, I hate my position, I feel very uncomfortable, I can't sleep at night, I fucking stare at the wall with fucking anger in my eyes, and I can literally feel my body just shaking, I can't sleep, I have goosebumps, etc. When you're in that comfortable stage where you really, I need to get this to work now. That's the position, and that's the mindset and self-view you need to have every single fucking day. I'm telling you, if you can adopt that to your mental fucking structure, whatever, if you can do that, bro, that's the most powerful thing, I think. The most powerful thing that people just say, oh, you know, when we grow up as men, parents say, oh, you should not be angry, whatever. Like, we learn to control our anger as men. We learn to. But anger, fear, and uncomfortability is what fucking compounds into a fire. And you need to keep that fire alive every single fucking day, right? You need to pour more wood on it. And only pour oil. Don't wash it off with water or champagne. Not champagne. That's a bad example because I think it burns out more, right? Because it's alcohol. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Don't wash away the fire, the hunger, the burn that you started with. Don't wash it away. Don't. Create some form of pressure for yourself. How do you do that? Putting more shit on your plate. If you have 5 employees, hire 7 more. Now, you won't be fucking comfortable because you have 11 people that you either manage yourself, you either need to pay, etc. Right? So you have these things which you put on yourself, which just makes you want to fucking get after it more. And putting yourself in swim or drown situations, you know? Mentally, physically, financially. It's hard, it's definitely hard. And when you're already in a swim or drown situation, you just don't stop, right? You're fucking swimming for your fucking life. Well, it is like that. But if you only look at it from that point of view, only look at it from swim or die, swim or die, swim or die. Like, I get it. I completely get it. I've been in those exact shoes, you know? I lost it all, gained it all back, etc. Like, when you're there, you're not looking at the long term. No. You're looking at, yo, I need to get this in 2 hours. You know? And it's a great fucking mindset. But before, like, you have to just recalibrate. And when you're recalibrating, look at it from the long term. Right? Just look at it from the long term. Now, I'm giving extreme examples, but you're getting the fucking point, which I want to get across, which is the most important fucking part, which so many people, they try and say in the simplest way, whatever. I'm explaining it in my way because I'm odd, right? I'm named legit after a god in my home country, Senegal. I was on a call yesterday with my dad for like a good fucking hour. We had a great chat. And it was just like, yeah, fucking hell. I'm proud to be his son, and I'm making him fucking proud, you know? I'm proud to have Diallo in my name. And I'm proud to be odd. I'm proud to have the name of a god in a country. I'm proud to be named after that. How many people are not named after some fucking next door neighbor, Steven? Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? You need to be fucking different in whatever way you can, right? You don't want to achieve success and be a nobody. Like, there's so many. You achieve success, but it just does not suit you. Let's say I see a fucking 20-year-old that's fat, looks horrible, can't speak, doesn't have any confidence. Like, I don't respect him. Even though he's achieved great success, fucking hell, that's great for you, my guy. Like, I don't put down on anyone. But you have to, if you don't, like, you're not going to be satisfied. If you have not improved yourself, if you can't look in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm the fucking man. Every single day, you look in the mirror, you walk in the room, you're the fucking man. You walk in the room like you're the fucking man every day. You need to. But you get the point. Success comes from your personal success. When you start gaining more confidence in your personal life, you start inputting that into your everything else, right? And just to round it off, you're on a mission, right? So fucking accept it. Accept your mission. Accept that. There's an objective, and there's a long fucking road to get there, and there's a long checklist. David Goggins talks about this, the fucking checklist. And you need to have an accountability mirror as well. But you're on this mission, you have chosen the hardest path because you want the best outcome. You've chosen to be different. Make sure that you input that. Don't fucking fall off on the lie that everything comes quickly. It's easily attainable. It's not. It's fucking not. And guess what? If it was easily attainable, you wouldn't even want it. You wouldn't even fucking want it. Would you? That's what I guess. So this is not like a regular video where I go through every single thing now. I decided I'd do this on myself because I know I'm a fucking master at this shit, alright? No joke. Give me a single fucking topic. Give me 5. I'll bring them all around in a fucking full circle. Just give me some time and I'll bring them in a full circle. People don't even understand that. I speak to relatives of mine and close people of mine. They can't understand how I fucking speak. Well, you just did. You just did, because I got through to you, right? I got through to you. So long-term thinking speeds up the process simply because it forces you to focus on the necessary behaviors to compound it. You're not focusing on building a fucking empire on half-broken glass, are you? No. You're focusing on strengthening that compounding effect because you have built that base which you can handle the scalability of it. You've enforced necessary behavior changes and environmental changes in your life quickly. Why? Because you fucking know that this is not gonna bring you to where you wanna go. So just get it through your head, man. Get it through your head. Watch this video again if you need to. Because I'm not gonna go over every single thing again. Because I just said it clearly. And you got through it. It got through you through some way. Now, social media has made us all fucking hallucinated, I can't lie. So you kind of need to do things more and more and more. That's why reading it once, well, now you read it once, kind of scraped it, right? 15% you understood. You read it again, 25%. Oh shit, I just got this new nugget. That's how life is. You won't find that golden hack, secret technique, structure, how to set up this or this strategy. It's not even about that. It's about going through the strategy, the technique, the method, the framework, again and again and again. And then you'll find that fucking golden piece of nugget. Maybe there's something that's missed out. Maybe you found that there's a hole in there. And then you reach in and you find a fucking diamond, you know? You never know until you fucking find out. I feel like I've got everything off my chest now. I'm gonna give you some more sauce. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give you some more. I always do this. This is a personal thing of mine. I think, adopt if you want to, whatever, right? So I'll write every single day, just like a page. I'll pop it up on the screen here. But I'll just write like a page every single day. Whatever my thoughts has been on, right? Instead of just letting shit flow, I put it fucking down. I put it on paper, right? Why do I do that? Because then I force my mind to write about it. Then I force my mind to actually think in that frame of mind, and I force myself to inject those characteristics, those skills, what I need to develop, what I need to grow, how I need to think, etc. And basically now that I'm looking through it, I was looking at what I'm going to tell you. I've literally kind of gone through all of these things. So why you may be wondering on how I'm able to speak on all of these topics like I'm a fucking genius, well, it's because I speak on them in myself. I speak on them for myself. I don't really share this. Maybe I'll start doing it on Twitter or something. But yeah, I've literally basically just 1 month of fucking 1 pages of content in one video for you. I'm gonna read one for you right now. The 7th of January, I wrote this. Strive and achieve. You're the only person you can rely on. And if you can't, you'll face endless difficulty in your life. Learn to love yourself and prioritize your goals and aspirations, the person you're destined to become, over everything. We will only once ever have ourselves. Life is a single player game and you'll only find yourself through endless sacrifice and endless struggle. Always aim for the journey's ups and downs, never the goal, because the end goal will never be the end. The only way to be proud of yourself is going through so much hardship that you're able to stand in the mirror with all the proof and say that nothing will ever be it. no women, no car, number on a screen or anything of that sort, because you know who the fuck you are. Aim to be the best version of yourself every day. Get multiple passports, banking operations in multiple countries, multiple kids and wives. Conquer the world and die with dignity and achievements that you're proud of, and raise the kids to be better than you in every aspect of life. That's one of my journals for you. I'm gonna leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a fucking comment down below. Drop a subscribe on this channel if you want to see more. Other than that, I'm gonna get back on my mission now.
On a mission, we ain't getting sidetracked. Run a rhythm, she won't listen to my soundtrack, you know. Windows down, puffing on that loud pack, you know, for sure. She didn't get a meaning. Baby, why you screaming? 11 in the evening.